Hello, this is a sideshow. I'm Theodore Parker, and today is Thursday, September 5th, 2024. I'm going to skip a lot of my introduction today. I got things to do, places to go, people to see, so I'm just going to cut right to the chase. As you know by now, in the news, there's been another school shooting. This time, a 14-year-old killed 4 people and injured others. To my understanding, 2 teachers and 2 students were killed. And to me, a 14-year-old is barely able to keep his shoes tied. So we're back on the subject of automatic weapons again. And this has been going on for 2 decades, 20 years. And it sits in the hands of Congress of this country. And in reviewing some of the facts, you may or may not be aware that every other country on the face of this earth has gotten rid of their automatic weapons for the most part, except for military service, and sent them here to the United States of America. So, it's been talked about many times, and most recently, the DNC had multiple speakers talking on multiple subjects, and some of those speakers spoke about gun control, automatic weapons, assault rifles. And in some cases, some of those speakers were actually victims of the same gun violence. So it's not that it's not a recognizable situation. It's how is it being handled? So for 2 decades, 20 years, by now, it's not a question of if it will occur. It is just a question of when it will occur and how many lives will be lost on each occasion. So the subject of gun control continues to lie in the hands of Congress. It seems that they can do many things. The Supreme Court can adjust things so that people like former President Donald Trump can be excused for some of his actions, whereas as Justice Khadijah, first name, said the laws should be the same for everyone. And on that point, I agree, because no matter how overwhelming the evidence, in a court of law, you are still allowed to enter a not guilty plea. So, as I said, here we are again. And then on top of this incident at the school in Georgia, I was scrolling and I saw another gun incident where an adult had left an 8-year-old child in the car while they went in the store, and the child managed to get a hold of a handgun, shot themselves, and died from the wounds. So there are still parents out here that admire the nomenclature of guns and how they're made, and look how this one chops up the tree, and look how this one turns the watermelon into bite-sized pieces, and all the other type things. And we'll take that same weapon and hand it to their child and say, here, you try it. So it beggars to reason, what are the thought processes that are going on that when Congress can convene for special situations and drop everything to handle, to keep budget, to keep the government open and running, that something can't be done about this. And, paragraphs, sentences, books, editorial pages, news articles have been going on endlessly about the same subject. So, as a person who has served in the military, specifically the Marines, we have a couple of phrases that kind of fit situations where we question a person's thought processes. One of those phrases is snafu, S-N-A-F-U. The other one is fubar, F-U-B-A-R. You may need somebody to translate that for you, because some people still feel that in order to be emotional and to be involved and to let people know how you feel, that you have to use a string of profanity and adjectives and descriptions that just go endlessly on about how emotionally you feel or involved with the situation that has occurred or is occurring. And then you can just translate it. Get the feeling without the profanity. So my question would be, what is Congress doing? Are they in the back room taking bets on the body count, week to week, month to month, school year to school year, and the person that comes the closest gets to collect the money? You feel me? It's Roots and Heritage Weekend, people. Roots and Heritage Weekend. That's it. Hashtag